Once again, the problem with religion is our association with religion and how it impacts our association with humanity. We look at each other and the differences of these religions and their beliefs that they all have their own texts and prophets and miracles. We look at each other, thinking that must be false and ours must be true, and all we're doing is judging each other, and what that's doing is that's feeding on our ego. Our ego is what allows us to interact with this world, but that is not us. We are the internal spirit at the deepest layer, in the stillness and the silence that can only be found in meditation. That's who we are. That's the essence of God. That's that spark. And so I see all these religious debates, and it's just, you see the ego at play, and you see it nonstop judging others. When in reality, why can't we just see all of us as humanity? Like, why do we allow our beliefs, like what we think we know in our head, why do we allow that to harm ourselves and others and the relationship that we have? The relationship that we have and our actions and how we treat each other, that's what matters. That's what creates the experience of life. That's the essence of life. That's how we love. I mean, and so anyway, I'm gonna let y'all listen to this video, and it's not, there's nothing too special about it, but I just want you to pay attention and just see the ego at play here. I want you to see how unnecessary it is, and then also how counterproductive it is, and how harmful it really is as it relates to our relationships with each other, with humanity's relationship with itself. It is harmful, and it's unnecessary, and we are in the process of transcending that perspective and that idea that any one of us are less than another based on what our culture or our religion has convinced us to believe and put our faith in. It's all unnecessary noise. At the end of the day, we need to go inward and recognize that we are the essence of life. And the essence of life gives birth to interaction. And in that interaction, we find love, we find coexistence, and that's what matters. So anyway, take a listen to this, and I'll be right back with a little bit more fire and wisdom.
Oh my God. Yeah, if they weren't wearing their cloaks, you couldn't even tell it was Catholic, man. You think it's Pentecostal the whole time.
When I was a Protestant pastor at the non-denominational church, we had converts from Roman Catholicism that would come to our church all the time because, like, most of the cradles leave the Roman Catholic Church.
Yeah.
A lot of them become evangelicals or non-denominationals. I remember I ran the prayer meetings at our church, and we weren't charismatic at all. But I would get Roman Catholic converts that were like, yeah, I was like Catholic charismatic movement. And they would try to like pray in tongues and stuff.
Oh,
like
what the heck?
like the meetings and stuff. They'd be like, all right, I'm going to show you because, like, you know, this is the way you really are supposed to pray. It's like
No way.
gibberish. Like,
No.
Now, with all due respect to these guys, I myself have found myself making fun of people that speak in tongues, only because I understand that the mind is very powerful, and you can be led into all sorts of perceptions and actions, and so I do believe that people that speak in tongues are having their own internal spiritual experience as they're perceiving it. At the same time, there very well could be a spiritual intercession in many cases, and so there is some supernatural phenomenon going on. I'm not here to judge. I myself have never spoken in tongues. I was raised Catholic. That wasn't something that we did. And so, I do see how some people find it funny. But nevertheless, I just want to make that public confession there before I commented. I still want to highlight the issue at hand. The issue at hand is the fact that we're making fun of these people, we justify it because in our minds it stems from this idea that humanity is lacking, and we need this religious perception, this religious belief to secure the future of our souls eternally in life after death. And that is a lie. We are spiritual beings by nature having a physical experience. But at the end of the day, everything is spiritual. This idea that there's God and creation and there's this separation. No. There is the law of one. And Aaron Abke, for those of you that don't know the guy, he's got tons of videos. He understands the original message of Jesus, as do so many of us. He has I wish I could put a link to it, but I can't find the video. But he talks about how there's an extra biblical text where someone's quoting Jesus talking about the law of one. And the reason that the law of one makes sense is because that once we recognize that we are all a part of the same body, that we are all part of the same God essence, that nothing is without him, we are all one, then it allows us the ability to start seeing our neighbor as ourselves. And Jesus Christ told us, how you treat others is how you treat God. And he basically says it right there. In other words, perceive them as God and treat them the way you treat God, and you're good. So if he tells us to perceive people as God, treat them as God, why are they not God? Well, they're not God because Christianity has told us that they can't be God because we're dirty little sinners and we have to think negatively of humanity. Well, it's no wonder this world has devolved into the state that it is, the depths of depravity and this disconnection with each other and perception of being disconnected with the source. Like, the only way we're going to unite is to recognize that we are all actually united. And so philosophically, perceiving the world through the law of one is healthier for you. And that's what this Raise Our Awareness revolution is about. Raise our awareness revolution. Humanity's roar, for we are lions, not sheep. And the age of being sheep is coming to an end. We are, and for many people, they see it, that we are coming to the end of this biblical age. And there's still more to go. There's still work to be done. And I think that work that needs to be done is humanity coming together, transcending all sources of division, and finding harmony in unity and spiritual unity and living in that understanding. So anyway, I'm Da Vinci the Truth. Thank y'all. God bless. Love. Take care.